My gosh, I'm live. I haven't been live in such a long time. Anyway, this is a venting session, but it's hopefully very valuable for whoever decides they're going to hop on and watch it. Maybe it'll be helpful to you. So anyway, I have this awesome buyer, buyer and his girlfriend, mid-20s, very well approved, super awesome couple. Anyway, there was a house last week that he really wanted to see, and I was like, okay, cool, let's go see it. And then as we were scheduling, it went under contract. So the day that it went on the market, it went under contract. Okay, cool, it wasn't our house, we get it. Then today, this morning, my buyer texted me and was like, did that go back on the market? And I was like, oh my gosh, I think it did. And so I called the agent. He didn't answer. So I texted him. And I was like, so it went back on the market. He says, yeah. I was like, cool, we're going to go see it today. He says, FYI, I have 3 offers in hand. Oh, okay. You want to tell me about this a little bit? Because my buyer works in Bethesda, Maryland. We all know where that is, right? Anyway, the house is in Fredericksburg. My client would have to leave work early in Bethesda to come over here to Fredericksburg. And I'm explaining this to this agent. And he was like, oh yeah, I said, if we decide to offer, this is what we're going to be offering. I'm pretty positive he's going to want to offer on this house. And he was like, yeah, okay, it sounds like it's a really strong offer, very competitive. Cool. I was like, okay, great. So we scheduled for 3 o'clock. In the meantime, I have to run to a listing to meet somebody to go over a few details before we go on the market there. And then I hop in my car and I head there. I'm on 95. It's starting to rain cats and dogs. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's raining cats and dogs. If you know me, you know I have really bad anxiety when it comes to weather, and I could not handle it, but I got this. I was like, I got this, okay? So I finally get off of 95 so that I can avoid all of the stop and go, cats and dogs, raining sky, everything. And I run through 4 school zones in the Fredericksburg area. Okay. Now I do a lot of work in Fredericksburg. All right. I used to also work there for such a long time. And then we make it to the house. Okay. Super duper cute house. All right. We loved it so much. And then my buyer was like, okay, cool. I think we're definitely going to put an offer on it. Oh my gosh, that's fantastic. Now, mind you, we have probably looked at 10 houses in the past month and a half. All right, cool. So I get my car and go. I just said, call me if you have any questions, blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. I will. So he calls me to tell me, Holly, I want to offer XYZ. Okay, you got it. Let me get to my laptop. So I get home. The rain stopped, by the way. Thank God. So I get home and I come over to my computer and I'm getting on the MLS. Now, also, mind you, this agent who has a listing in Fredericksburg, he is in Richmond MLS. He's not even in the MLS that really truly services the Fredericksburg area. So thankfully, I'm in that Richmond MLS as well. So I go there. The listing is nowhere to be found. I'm like, what happened? Am I looking at it wrong? Did I look it up wrong? What did I do wrong? So finally find it. And it went under contract. It said pending and it went under contract. Now, who you work with matters. And this is why. I communicated with this agent and I said, here's the deal. My client works in Bethesda. He is going to take off work early so that he can come see this house because he is that confident that he is going to be putting an offer in on it. Okay. This was an hour and a half that this happened. So instead of the agent saying, Holly, I'm so sorry. We have 3 offers in hand and we are about to sign one of those offers. He didn't tell me that. He, in my opinion, just did us wrong. Absolutely did us wrong. And it is very unfortunate that there are agents out there. So if you are considering listing your house this year or 2 years from now or whenever it is, make sure that you have a kind agent, a kind yet aggressive, a negotiation ninja, somebody who is definitely going to be advocating on your behalf, but in a kind and nice way and polite and everything. Okay. I cherish my relationships with other agents. I absolutely cherish them. And we try to be as accommodating as we can with each other and as flexible as possible with each other, anything and everything that we can. We are our clients' advocates. And so that's why it was my duty to tell this agent, my client will be traveling. He also will be leaving work early. He is missing out on work, and you could have told us, because then we would have been like, oh, okay, you know, it's not our time, no big deal, right? No, that's not how it worked out. So if you do plan on selling this year, or you're buying something this year, please make sure that you're interviewing agents and you really get a feel for them, and that they are kind people, and that they just don't, you know, take other people for granted, because that is just awful, awful. And the archery gnome, what up, pimp? What up? What up, archery gnome? I had to think about it for a second, but I know who that is. Okay, so that was my venting session. I hope you learned a valuable lesson from this, that we just need to be kind to people. And please don't blame anything on this Mercury retrograde, okay? The Mercury retrograde, or whatever it's called, does not excuse you from being a kind person, no matter what. Okay. And yes, I did my research on this agent before I even found out that they were under contract. I did my research on them, enough said. So all good in the hood. Bye, guys.